Hello, welcome back. It's been a hot minute since we've done a vloggy vlog, but I thought today I would vlog a Sunday meal prep because we all want to know A, how to eat delicious foods and plan the menu, B, how to make it fit your macros, and C, how to make it take no longer than an hour because we hate cooking over here but we like eating. I'm going to vlog the whole thing for you. I'm going to try and do a calorie cycle, having like a high carb day, moderate carb day and a low carb day. It's something I haven't really done for a while. So I'm going to navigate that and eat the same meals but change things. So we're going to learn together and we're going to do this together and we're going to problem solve together. It is 1:04 p.m. Let's go. I'm going to talk you through my ideas of what I want to eat this week and how I'm going to make it fit my calories and my macros. I always have my eggs for brekkie. Eggs, muffin, tomato, avocado, oat latte, greens powder on the side. For lunch, I'm thinking barbecue. So I'm thinking like mince, slaw salad, and potentially mashed potato and pumpkin. I was gonna do like a pesto potato bake, but I think I'm just gonna do mash this week. Then we have a pre-train. The flavor of choice this week is peanut butter cup. So we're gonna do like a Snickers inspired, like a bit of chocolate, peanut butter, caramel inspired overnight oats. For dinner, I'm thinking we're gonna do a soba noodle stir fry, just because I had that last week and it was delicious. And dessert, always dessert, we're gonna do some fruit, some chocky and some jelly. How do we make that fit? Especially because I'm going to be doing a low day, a high day, and a medium day. On my low day, 160, and I'm going to plan my low day because it's easier to then add my carbs to my high day than it is to take it off. Most of these meals are something that I have had before, therefore it's usually in my recently added. We're going to have 2 eggs. I'm pretty good at weighing these, but these are about 100 grams. So we're going to have 100 grams of tomato. We're going to have some avocado. We're going to do Vegemite. We also are going to do our oat milk in our coffee. And I always do weigh that, it's 175. We're going to have our greens powder. And we're also going to do fish oil. Alright, that's breakfast. Lunch, kangaroo mince. Usually 100 grams. Beetroot. Obviously these, if they weren't already in my recents, you would just literally scan the barcodes and then add them in. But I've had all this stuff before, so it's in my recents. We're going to do some spinach. We're going to do some slaw. Sauce wise, I think we'll do nandos. See if we can fit some pumpkin and potato. Pre-train. Oats. Now it might have to be different on my low carb days. It could be just 30 grams. So let's just see how we go. Let's just start with 20. Chobani. Let's start with 50. Banana. Let's actually just start with 50. And we want this Maver's peanut butter. I haven't had this for a while, so it's not in my recents. So let's add a... yeah, let's say that. And now this is sugar free and it still has slight amount of calories. That's because sugar alcohols actually do have very minimal calories. Alright, that's pre-train. Post-train, we are gonna do, now I had these soba noodles last week. Do 100 grams of these. Chicken. These edamame, they are, scan her. And we want 1 gram and we want 100 of them. We're also gonna have some broccoli. Then we have dessert, strawberries, probably like 50 grams, let's start with. And then I bought some pawpaw as well, so we're gonna have pawpaw. We always search Nutab when you're doing fruit or veg. It's just the most accurate. Let's have 1 serve of jelly. Whittaker's. Have I got it in here? 2 squares is 12.5. So let's start with that.
Okay, this is my low day. So you can see, oh my gosh, I'm pretty good at this, aren't I? I kind of know. That's pretty good. So let's check our macros. So our calories are pretty good, but we want our macro ratios. So you can see that I still have, I'm 16 grams under. That's quite a lot. You want to stay within 5 grams, 5 to 10. So I'm actually 29 grams of carbs over, and I've still got 2 grams of fat to play with, but I've hit my fiber. So I always aim for 200 grams of fruit and 500 grams of veggies. I need to cut back on some carbs, and I need to add some protein. So we're gonna go back, add some cottage cheese at lunch. I'm actually gonna take off the potatoes on my low carb day. Let's make this yogurt. Let's make that 100 grams and potentially bump this up to 30. Then we also need to put in my supplements actually. So I'm gonna have my ZMA every day. I'm gonna have my hydration electrolytes every day and creatine, and we want this hydration. All right, let's try again. So now we're 5 grams over protein, still 17 carbs over. So I actually might take off the pawpaw. Might actually, so that's pretty good. I usually say let's go between like 5 and 10 grams. I'm like 4 grams over my protein, 8 grams over my carbs, and 2 grams under my fat, but my calories are pretty good. We can probably cut this back down to 70 grams of yogurt. Okay, so that's way better. We're so much closer here with our calories. Then let's check our macros. 1 gram of protein over, 7 grams of carbs over, 2 grams of fat under. So that's pretty good. As long as you stay between 5 and 10 grams, that's pretty good. So that would be my low day. Then I'm gonna have a high day on Monday, 285 grams of carbs. Now that I have my base, I can actually go select all, copy same meals for Monday. But I'm actually now going to increase my carbs to make 285. So on a Monday, I'm also gonna eat some lollies while I'm training because it's my heavy leg day. So let's have some snakes. And we also need to get my pre-workout in there. Let's also add the potato and the pumpkin at lunch. We probably want to make this 50 grams pre-train here. And then we can probably add some extra fruit here. We want 2,200 and we want 285. So I am actually going to add some, let's make this 200 grams of fruit. Fruit is honestly the easiest way to get your carbs up. Alright, that's pretty good. So we're still within 5 to 10 grams of our protein and our fat target, and our carbs are pretty close. We wanted 285, we're at 275. So because we went over our protein and over our fat, obviously we can drop some back down from the carbs. Could be perfect. I could go in and like tweak things a little bit better, but that's pretty good. So that will be my Monday, and then that will be my low day, and then Wednesday's going to be a medium carb day. So we want to do the same thing, copy same meals for Wednesday. However, Wednesday's carb target is going to be 210. So essentially what I would do, I like to put most of my carbs pre-train and post-train. So on Wednesday, let's do the same thing. Let's have more carbs in my oats, and we're gonna have 100 grams of banana. And we can probably afford to have more fruit at dinner as well. Let's do pawpaw. And let's see, that's 1900. Our goal was 1900 and 210. 210, perfect. That's actually better. Look at that target. 210, 155, and 52. So essentially all I've done is added more carbs pre-train and post-train to support my training and recovery.
Alright, this is the crazy part where I just literally have everything going at once to get it under an hour. The time is 1:25 and we are going to begin. So I like to boil my eggs. So we need 2 eggs per day for 5 days. 2 times 5 is 10. 9, 10. Alright, we do need some bench space, so let's put some stuff away, shall we? Alright. Potato and pumpkin. I was going to boil it, but I think I will roast it just because it's then in the oven and I don't have to worry about it. So, we have on Monday 150. So 2 days this week are high where we have 150. So we only need 300 grams of pumpkin and 300 grams of potato. Alright. Honest to God, I'm such a rustic cooker. Like my slicing and shit. Get the job done, I say. Alright. And then we need 300 potato. Actually so sad that this is just for my 2 high days, but whatever. We do what we do because we want to be lean. Chicken salt. I don't add any oil on my veggies when I cook them. I don't want to eat oil. If I'm going to eat fats, I want to eat like nut butter or chocolate or avocado. I don't want to eat oil. Baker in the oven. We're going to do our stir fry. So let's do 120 times 5 is 600 chicken. I actually prefer to use scissors for my chicken. I don't like cutting it. It's too hard, to be honest. Perfect. Honestly, God, she's good at this game. And then we'll freeze the other 600 for next week. I actually bought 1,200 because I knew that I needed 600 and 600 for next week. So it's all a numbers game, guys. It's all a numbers game. I actually don't weigh and track my like chili and ginger and stuff. Honestly, the calories are so minuscule anyway. If I was in a bodybuilding prep, extra different story. But this is just living life. So we just, whatever. I actually did a satay vibe last week and it was really nice. But I'm just going to do my peanut butter and my oats instead. We tracked 10 grams of soy sauce. So 10 times 5 is 50. We tracked 25 grams of onion. So 25 times 5. We want 500 broccoli. $500. Put the leftovers away. 100 capsicum. I don't know. Do you want to see me chopping? Because it'd give people the ick, I swear. My chopping is so rogue. Here you go. This capsicum has no seeds. Tell me you're not genetically modified. Anyway. Honestly. Let me know in the comments. Do I piss you off with this chopping? 260. I'm concerned why there's not many seeds in that. Whatever. Perfect. Oh, we don't want the seeds. Alright, honestly, that's it. I just throw it all in there, add a little bit of water so then it like poaches a little bit. and let that sizzle down. Let's do this barbecue meat. If you haven't tried kangaroo, it is actually so good. It's so lean, so much cheaper than regular mince. For a kilo, it's like $14. For 5% beef mince, it's like $11 or $12 for 500 grams. It's literally so much cheaper, and honestly, the flavor is delicious. Like, it's not that bad. That's 400. Seems like a lot. 450. 90. 500. Again, because it's a kilo, I know that I have 500 left over. Chuck her in the freezer for next week. Alright, because it's a barbecue vibe, so we're going with garlic, paprika, Italian herbs. Again, I don't weigh or track any of this. We'll cook her. Alright, while that is cooking, we're going to do our salad vibe. I bought myself some new containers the other day, and they're just so pretty. But they have that like seal on them, and I can't open them when I'm hungry. Anyways, random facts. Okay, we want 5 salad meals. I'm like, I can't get open. You have to like release it. 30 grams of spinach, I think I did. I know that my handfuls are 30 because I do it all the time. 30, 100 slaw. Again, I know that these bags are 300, and I already took 100 out for lunch today, so we know that there is 200 left. 50 cucumber, so we're gonna do 250. 250. Do 30 onion. We're gonna do 50 pickles, 50 sauerkraut, 50 cottage cheese, 50 beetroot. Right. Eggs are also very done. And then we want 10 nandos. Like, honestly, all that food is like not even 200 calories by the time you add the meat. This is like volume hack 101. Literally so easy. That's my lunch base. Done. Alright, eggs are done. Pumpkin potato done. Salt them. Meat is also done. Because this is just for my high day, it's going to just literally be halved. So, weigh 390. So 390 divided by 2 is 150, 60, 70, 80, 195. So we're going to take off 195 for each serve. So that will be 1. Then the mince, 330. 330 divided by 5 is 66. 0. Need a bigger container. Whoops. 66. The next part is our oats. So I need a low day, a medium day, and a high day. My low day is 30 grams and my high day is 50 grams. And my moderate day is 50 grams. I only need 1 low day. So 1 is going to be 30 and the rest will be 50. Literally just salt and water. Microwave it for 2 minutes with water. Oops. Honestly, I knew that was going to happen. So annoying. Also going to do yogurt. And every day is the same, I'm pretty sure. I did 70 grams. So 70 times 5. 7 times 5 is 35. So 350 yogurt. I'm going to label my low and my high because I'm going to get confused. This is my low day oats. What did I say? 350 yogurt. Okay. And we want Snickers vibe. So I'm going to put cocoa powder in my yogurt. Cocoa powder is actually really good for magnesium as well. Literally I'm adding like 3 grams for the whole bowl. So it's literally no calories. Give her a stir. We're then adding 30 grams of protein to our low day, but then 20 grams for every other day. So, saved that one from exploding. That almost overflowed as well. Bloody hell. 30 grams. This one's gonna look like absolute shit because it's spilt. So the reason I microwave it first is because then when it's cooled down, it's thick, and then when you add your protein powder to it, it goes like cakey rather than overnight oats being like wet and sloppy. Everybody says they hate their oats because they're wet and sloppy. So if you microwave your oats with water, get them really thick, like a thick consistency, then mix in your protein powder. Hot tip, if you use plant protein, it goes even thicker than like whey protein, because whey protein is obviously the most pure source of protein. But even that's a bit runny. Like I might put her back in the microwave to get that a bit more cakey. But we'll let it cool down and see what happens. That is the perfect consistency for overnight oats. So you let that cool and then you stir in your protein. Promise you, I just got oats in my head then. Cakey vibes. Alright, next step we want 70 grams of yogurt per serve. Then you want to like flatten it out and cover all edges. Layer the cake. This is like the icing of your cake. Like, look at that. Stunning. And then we want the banana on top and the peanut butter and the sauce. And it really, the OCD in me really gets triggered when I have to create 2 lines of banana. That's okay. We're nearly there. We are nearly done. 1 more meal and she's done. The whole week in an hour. Then we want 10 grams of peanut butter. Put your jars on the scale and then hit 0, because then you get the extras off the teaspoon. You don't want to be like trying to do 10 and then have to like scoop it off. It's so much easier. Honestly, like find your perfect 10, slide it off. Then you're not having to like get it back out again and back out again. A little drizzle of this bad boy. Why are you not? Why are you? Oh, you're broken. Alright. See if it works. I mean, it doesn't really look like Snickers vibes, but that's okay. I don't know, should we dust? Let's dust. I'm such a presentation. If I had more calories, I'd actually put like shaved chocolate on it. or melt chocolate and make a ganache. Maybe I'll make like a ganache version next week. Look, it's not my best effort. It's not my best effort, but it'll taste nice. I've actually done a Snickers oats before with like dates, chopped up dates. That was good. This actually was finished a long time ago and I forgot about it. We've got the chicken and the sauce and the veg in here. These are already cooked, so they really don't need to be cooked. And our noodles. Would you believe me if I said that last week was the first week that I've ever tried soba noodles? And I'm hooked. They are so good and they're so macro friendly. Like I think 100 grams of these is like 30 grams of carbs or something. Like when you love pasta as much as me, like I'm obsessed with pasta. When you love pasta as much as me, holy dooly, these are good. Alright. She's looking pretty good. I feel like it's going to be a bit bland, but that's okay. You could weigh that again and then divide it by 5, but I mean, it's already so much food and I am the only one eating it. So I'm going to just do the whole even Steven kind of vibe, where we go like one here. I'm going to do like 2 scoops. I reckon it'll be like 3 or 4, but we'll see. Just 3 scoops. 1, 2, 3. It's one thing I need to make sure they all have the same amount of chicken. I feel like this one's a little bit light on the chicken. Done. That's literally meal prep done and it's 2:50. So I went like 20 minutes over my hour, but my camera died. I had to charge my camera. It was a whole thing. I fucked around and I was like explaining things. Okay, cut me some slack. So literally done. 1 hour. So this is what we're working with. We have our eggs for our brekkie. We have our lunch for our high day and our low day. We have our Snickers oats, stir-fry dinner, jelly for dessert. We're going to add chocolate and fruit to that. Delicious. Delicious, delicious, delicious. Hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully that was inspirational and maybe you're going to give some of these meals a go. I'll link all of the recipes and the calorie breakdowns in the description box. And stay tuned to see how I go with these low, moderate, high days. I'm currently in a fat loss phase. So my overall calorie intake is like 1900 per day for the week. But if I'm going to do like low days, moderate days, high days, I'm hoping that that's going to help my training because my training is starting to suffer. So trying something new and I'm going to vlog it. I'm going to vlog once a week on YouTube. Mark my words, I'm really going to try this month of Feb to increase my content. So in case you haven't already, make sure you're following my Instagram because I'm going to post heaps of recipes and training and nutrition facts on my Instagram this month. If you like this video, please comment, please like, please share it amongst your friends and family. Please subscribe. My goal is to get to 100 subscribers by the end of February. And stay tuned for the next vlog where I'm gonna eat all of these meals. Bye.